Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I really wanted to do some My Little Pony drawings because I saw some jammers in Animal Jam have some nice My Little Pony art, so I kind of was inspired by that to draw Fluttershy, who is my favorite in My Little Pony. So normally I do draw in Animal Jam, but I wanted to draw in Krita today because it is kind of nice to have like some cleaner lines like that. Although I haven't used Krita in such a long time, this is me like kind of coming back to it because like I said, normally I do draw in Animal Jam, like just solely Animal Jam. And I do really enjoy that and just Animal Jam in general, so nothing's gonna change there, but I just wanted to try this because I do really also find the process of like drawing in a actual art program is like kind of more peaceful in a way. Just the way that like this, it just feels like kind of smoother, and then you don't have to worry about like the layers. It's just a little bit less stressful. And I was also I was drawing in Play Wild, and there is layers in Play Wild, so that was kind of a nice change from Animal Jam Classic, and that kind of got me inspired to then draw in Krita. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do today, and I struggle a lot with the line work at first because I do not have the correct settings in Krita anymore, or that I used to. I like didn't really remember how Krita worked. So it took me a while to kind of figure out that I have to turn on line stabilizer, which is pretty embarrassing because, I mean, I've used Krita like for quite some time and I didn't even know that that existed. I've wondered for years, how do people get their lines stable? And genuinely, I mean, I knew there was a line stabilizer, but I didn't think that it worked this good in the sense that you could do it super fast and it wasn't like super slow to use. Like the only line work fixer or like corrector that I've seen is people who draw like anime and they kind of like bend it themselves. Like they use a point system where they bend it, but this was actually like a lot more, I don't know, what I would prefer because I wouldn't want to do it that way. So this was actually really nice and good to know that it exists as well. And I don't really know how the vector tool works, so I do kind of spend quite more time than I probably should have cleaning up the excess from the lines, and I tried to Google it, but I just couldn't figure it out. And I honestly was just kind of not really too worried about it, just kind of enjoying drawing it and not really too focused on trying to figure that out right now because I just kind of wanted to, I don't know, it's just kind of a quick piece. I say that even though this took me like probably 5 hours. It's what should have been quick, really, but I really wanted to make it look as close to Fluttershy as possible, like getting the colors right, and you'll probably see me go between two other images I have here of Fluttershy to get her colors. This is not an original design at all, in case you don't know, but I mean, like this pose and everything too, like not just like Fluttershy, this is just, I saw a pose of her doing this and her bunny angel's also on her back. Like, it's not original at all, but I just wanted to kind of try it because I've never really been good at line work, and now that I know that the stabilizer tool exists, I mean, maybe that's been why, because I'm sure that's why, because yeah, it's really hard to do lines. I've wondered that for so many years. It's actually kind of embarrassing that I am only just now figuring out like how to use it, and that you can like turn it down and stuff. I did not know that. It's like very nice, which I mean makes sense, but yeah, I just thought that people were just like really cool and able to do it, and I just couldn't for some reason. But I've had a lot of fun drawing this, and the thing I honestly didn't have as much fun with though is the eyes, because the eyes were surprisingly confusing, and I couldn't, because they're a bit smaller, it's harder to get like the correct line stabilizer. So this is where I'm like, I don't know that I'm on the same skill level as people who can do this are, because how do people do this with the eyes? Like, we must not even have the same hands. I just don't understand how people can make the eyes so perfect. It doesn't make any sense. It was really hard, and I kind of had to give up at a certain point, because I think sometimes when you start something out, it just, I don't know, when you do it for the first time, because normally I've never really made like cartoon eyes. I've always been kind of more of like a near-realism style art style, so this really isn't my art style or like my strong suit at all. I'm like used to blending colors and like doing a lot of mixing paint. I don't do like solid colors like this that are cartoony, so this is really outside of what I'm used to working with, so it's kind of hard to do like these very solid color blocking things. So it's kind of nice to work on and stuff, and I really love the design, but it's just not what I'm used to making. But it was a lot of fun. In a way, it should have been quicker and stuff, but just because I'm not used to it, it was a bit harder. But I was basically done here until I decided to add like a few other characters that are also not original designs. They're just from the show as well. And yeah, I just kind of, for these guys, I didn't really focus too much on it completely exactly color matching. It's just, yeah, I'll try a few different swatches for them, and yeah, I just kind of wanted to have a bit more fun. I mean, they're close. They're as close as I could like eye it from like a picture, so they should be pretty close. But yeah, and I just kind of put them in a unique pose. I didn't it wasn't a one-to-one of any picture, but I wanted to be a bit more creative about it after I had gotten a bit more comfortable with the art style and the way that things were in the world. So I felt like it made a bit of sense. And yeah, this was a bit more fun because I was just like not as worried about getting a direct one-to-one, just kind of having fun drawing a cute little character. But still, again, like cleaning up the excess bits is a bit more tedious, that I really wish I knew how to not have to do that. But I'll figure it out. I'll probably look it up after this, honestly, now that I'm like rethinking about like how actually tedious that is. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to clean it, but at the same time, it's like you realize like afterwards how much time it takes and stuff, and yeah, it's just not the most productive use of time, but I had fun. And this toast is also from the show. I just kind of gave it a different color jam that I would personally prefer. But so yeah, it's not super unique at all, but it's a lot of fun. Just something different that isn't really what I would normally do or draw. It's nice to kind of do something like this because it's a lot less time consuming than the art style that I'm more used to doing. But in a way, it's still, yeah, time consuming when you're like copying someone else's design like that. But regardless of the time, it was still fun to kind of work on kind of a new design than I'm used to, and just kind of have fun too, just drawing the cute animals. And I also really enjoy drawing food, so it's kind of a few of my favorite things to draw. I do kind of like to draw anything, but I had fun, especially like kind of doing the finishing touches of this, where I kind of just decided that I was gonna actually add a background instead. I did find some weird little marks that I kept making on the canvas somehow that just kind of happened as I started to finish this up a bit. But yeah, it was fun just adding the ground, just doing something a little bit like easier to do, and just copying these flowers instead of just drawing every single one. It's nice, and a nice change up from doing the regular Animal Jam program or paint tool. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!